Hi, this is Guy from the Vecino's Coffee Guy, and we've been talking to you about gas station coffee. The real challenge is when you're in a hurry and there's no coffee shop around and you are jonesing for coffee. What do? You go to a gas station oftentimes. And we've looked at four different stores actually, and all of these stores fall short of what makes a great cup of coffee. I'm not saying they can't have good, but they're not going to be great. What I'm talking about is good beans, fresh roasted, fresh ground, and fresh brewed. If your coffee's more than 2 weeks old, the flavor profile is going to dive, and so you want it fresh roasted. Now, as you know, coffee beans get a crop or two a year, so you've got a whole crop year green, and once you roast them, it starts the flavor and the profile starts, it degasses, takes a couple of days to degas, and then you get your optimum flavor profile out of that coffee after it's been roasted. So you want to start with great beans. And now if you have great beans, you could have the best beans in the world and they could be marked a year later, expired, like a lot of big coffee chains do, and it's a lie. They're lying to you. So I don't really care. They're lying, so I'm going to say it. You want coffee, the Specialty Coffee Association says 2 weeks and the profile starts 10 days and it starts declining. Doesn't mean it's bad in 12 or 2 weeks, but it does mean that it's going to start deteriorating. So you get these coffee places that have coffee for 6 months, they've been in the warehouse, out of the roaster in the warehouse, and then shipped to the thing, and then they're pre-ordering for a week or two or a month, and then you've got stale coffee. So fresh, good coffee, fresh roasted, fresh ground just before you make it. I've been to coffee shops that they'll stack up a whole day's coffee in their filter baskets and let them sit, and just that way they don't have to grind it. But the coffee, after it's ground, it starts, the molecules are escaping into the air. The oils in the coffee that are water soluble will escape, and you're losing flavor. So fresh roasted, fresh ground, and fresh brewed. Grind it just before you do it. Now, that's why on this counter you're going to see all of these grinders are grind on demands. It used to be, we used to have coffee with hoppers and you had a doser and you pulled that doser. But the coffee in the doser, could sit, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half if you fill it full before it's all used up. And then your shots are going to pull fast because they're drying out. So now we've gone to grind on demand, grind as you need it. And so now it's exploded. The grind on demand market has exploded. So fresh ground, fresh brewed, fresh roasted, fresh ground, and fresh brewed. These are the things that make a great cup of coffee. If the beans are good and you roast them and you use them quickly and you grind it just before you brew it, and your brew water's right, the right chemical content and the right temperature, and it's going to make a good cup of coffee. So that's what we lack with a great cup of coffee at a gas station. You have seen that at all of these stores have pre-ground pillow packs. They're ground coffee in a package. They cut the package open, dump it in the filter basket, and put it in and push the button. And they think that's great coffee. And sometimes it's good coffee. I've had decent coffee, but not great coffee. So you want a good brew system, and you don't want the coffee after it's brewed to sit on a hot plate, getting, it's evaporating. The aromas are going away. And so you've seen in at least one of our stores, they're not brewing into a thermal container, but they're brewing on a pot and it's sitting there, you know, deteriorating, waiting for you to come and buy it so you can have a lousy cup of coffee. So think about that. Think about finding a place that has a thermos, a thermal thing, so it's not sitting on the heat, and extracting. A good brewer will extract. It's pulse brewing. It pre-wets, shuts off, hits it again, rises up, shuts off, goes down, hits it again. The new brewers are pulse brew, and they brew the optimum for a machine. And so look for a good brew method and somebody that's doing water treatment, and you can get the best coffee you can get at a gas station.